Parking is a story that takes place in a parking lot in the middle of Budapest. Apparently destined to be disregarded, it is owned, run, and guarded by a grumpy and introverted man nicknamed the Legionnaire. Business, albeit appearing to be almost non-existent, seems to be going smoothly, until one day, that is, when a rich businessman comes along who wants to park his 1968 Ford Mustang under the only covered spot in the lot. Coincidentally, that's the only spot where under absolutely no circumstances whatsoever does the Legionnaire let anyone park. The businessman wants in no way, shape or form to accept this refusal, and therefore a sort of turf war breaks out between the two men. Now if that sounds like a very silly and one-dimensional premise to you, then you'll be in for a surprise, because this movie has a lot more going for it than you would expect. This plot, which might at first glance seem to be more suitable for an episode in a sitcom maybe, actually has a lot to say, and actually raises some very profound questions, especially considering that it's a comedy. Of course, the parking lot owner with the stone face is not called Legionnaire for nothing. The man has been through some serious shit. The man has a history. He has a backstory, which will reveal exactly why he is the type of person he is, and why he cares and cherishes about things that for other people might have absolutely no meaning or significance, like that parking space, for example. He seems to be hiding a lot more than he is letting on. You would think that once he and or the people from his entourage start letting their guard down and revealing information about him to the insensitive and unscrupulous business owner, the more it will backfire on them and the more easier it will be for the villain to achieve his goal. However, this situation will turn corners several times, as the irrational and fierce Legionnaire will not stand by to watch his own personal nirvana be taken away, especially not by someone who imagined himself to be superior. This initially amusing confrontation gradually starts turning into a conflict much more anchored in the moral and ethical side of things. The line really starts to blur between antagonist and protagonist, and you really start to wonder where exactly is it okay to draw that line between having too much power, too much control, or not having enough. And how is it okay to counteract when you feel like those things are being threatened? I love it because it's a film that presents problems which exist on so many levels. They are so universal, but it puts it in this small world, and it really presents it in microcosmic fashion, you know what I mean? I guess the only negative I could say about it really is that yes, sometimes it might seem like it's a kind of a thin plot for a full-length film. But it's not a long movie. I mean, it's an hour and a half long. It never felt like it dragged for me. It was funny, and it even got quite emotionally engaging a couple of times, which I was actually not expecting. I would never have thought that I will see a movie in which a parking lot, of all places, will be turned into a metaphor for these characters' personalities, first and foremost, but for this personality trait in general which we have, which is like this: we always want what we can't have. And even though we might eventually receive that thing we always wanted which we couldn't have, sometimes it might prove to not be the thing that we needed most in life. Now, I'm not a philosopher, but that was fucking thought-provoking, man. So, Parking, good movie, check it out, and I hope you'll check me out continuously in the future. Thanks for watching this review, thanks for watching other reviews. If you watch reviews, my reviews, other people's reviews, reviews, people. Watch 'em. Love ya. Mwah.